friends, welcome to the episode of My Power Brand. Today, stay connected with us if you want to learn management lessons from the brand itself because we have with us My Power Brand Praveen Khemka from Tufwud Doors and Accessories. He will tell you how to keep afloat within tough times like COVID. He will tell you how to scale up and listening to him, you will be able to understand true leadership lessons from zero to hero. So here we are with this episode of My Power Brand, and the interview will be taken by none other than Mr. Vibhu Tandon, who is also the strategy leader for My Power Brand. He has been in the corporate world for the last 30 years. He's been associated with many associations like Bharat Chambers of Commerce, like Calcutta Management Associations, and also the Associate of Corporate and Advisory Executives of India. Praveen Khemka is an IIT graduate from Kharagpur. He is also an MBA from WHU, Vallender, Germany and Kellogg's Business School, USA. And very phenomenal achievement which he has in his crown is that he is a member of BIS Committee for Codes and Standards on the Fire Safety, CED 36. So let me tell you friends, this committee has only 3 industrial representatives and one of them is Praveen Khemka. So we are very honored and we are humbled to have him on our stage of My Power Brand today to speak to all of you and to share his knowledge with you. Thank you.
Good afternoon everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure today to be with an industry leader who has created a niche and a brand for himself. And it is always a pleasure to be a leader with a leader in their own field because you get to learn, you get to know, and you also get an opportunity to inspire others. Today with me I have Praveen, and we have already heard about the different accolades that Praveen has. So I would like to ask a few questions about himself first. And the first thing which I would ask him is, Praveen, that what is it that brought you from being a successful corporate professional, where you were into corporate, you were successful there, and then moving on from there to creating an industry or a business for yourself. So the journey from being an employee to becoming an employer, was this journey planned or was it an accident?
So, Vibhoji, thank you very much, team My Power Brands, for having me, and the gratitude is likewise. Your question, we'll take it. The success, what is success? Success is once you realize your own personal objective function, कि आपको अपने लाइफ में क्या अचीव करना है, and then if you are walking measurably towards that goal, then you can call yourself successful. So at an early age, I was lucky to have a good pedigree, I had the resources plus perhaps the sincerity to be and of course luck to have the best education that was available in this country, and then also some world-renowned education to go to Indian Oil Corporation as a management cadre person, then work with Siemens, and then as an investment fund manager. So when you see success early, then you start thinking, is that it? So at 30, 31, when it was going for me, I had my permanent residence in Europe, and I was a fund manager at Altira Group. Then I had this question, कि boss, और क्या? इसके आगे क्या? Then I realized that my personal objective function is utility. I want to be useful. I wanted to do something which is fun, profitable, and good. So these were the measurable KPIs for my being useful. It had to be fun, it had to be profitable, and it had to be good. Last में जब निकलेंगे तब भी यूजफुल होना है. हाउ कैन आई बी यूजफुल? I found that in Europe I had a comfortable life, but I could maximize my utility in my home country where I could speak my language and impact maximum number of lives.
That's great.
Plus, I had an exposure to automation and business processes. That was my core competence. How to scalably automate organizations. Because हम लोग private equity में active investors थे. तो मैंने 4-5 कंपनियों के अंदर घुस के उनको टर्न अराउंड इन्वेस्टमेंट बोलते हैं उस समय, कि आप मेजॉरिटी स्टेक खरीद के टर्न अराउंड करके फिर यू एग्जिट दोज ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस. माय मेजर इन माय मास्टर्स वाज फाइनेंस एंड स्ट्रेटजी, सो दैट वाज वेयर आई वाज प्लेस्ड. सो कमिंग टू इंडिया एंड टेकिंग ओवर our family owned organization and then trying to grow it and automate it to scalable success is something where I saw my calling, and to be able to contribute more to this society, I think that is what brought me in.
So the most beautiful part of this journey was that it was not solely about being richer and not solely about being successful himself, but one of the major reasons behind Praveen moving on to the shoes of an entrepreneur was to be able to contribute to his economy, the country's economy which he stayed in, to also, to a large extent, give back to the society. So Praveen, what exactly is, if I was able to ask you one question, I have seen after being into consulting and after being on board of some organizations as a board of director, on the board of directors, that primarily it is the vision that drives the organization. What is your vision that is driving you?
So I'll ask you a follow-up. Is your question about what is driving me, or is it your question my vision for the organization, which is?
Yes, so it is about you, and definitely the vision that an individual has trickles down slowly into the organization as well.
So I have one thing which, as I said, success is measurable strides or measurable journey towards your personal objective function. So as the business leader or the managing director of this organization which we are running, Tufwud Doors, I have a clear-cut vision and clarity. That is my job. My job in my organization is not to give directions or instruction. The job of the director is to give disha, direction to the organization. Disha dena.
That's great.
So
That's really nice.
the vision of this organization, the vision that I have this organization is to produce, solve customer problems in the passive safety space. Now these are a bit complex terms where we work in, but to cater to the needs of the new construction industry with best in class passive safety products, and the organization should be able to grow on its own after stabilization, success, and then growth. So it's a process driven organization. That is what we are trying to build for the company. That is the vision for Tufwud. What is my personal vision is lifelong learning, to grow my utility. So as a child we've heard, and I was really confused about this. बचपन में हम लोग सीखते थे व्हाट यू शेयर इंक्रीजेस, और मुझे समझ नहीं आता था कि कैसे, आप तो दे दिया कुछ, आपने शेयर कर लिया, तो हाउ डिड इट इंक्रीज. अब समझ में आया कि इट्स नॉट व्हाट यू शेयर इंक्रीजेस, इज द यूटिलिटी दैट इंक्रीजेस of whatever is shared. So sharing, if I have learned something like on this platform, I've also attended your classes, so like you, from your corporate knowledge and your experience, you have come out and you are sharing what you know. It also teaches me a lot, sharing. We are also doing CSR activities, and increasing my utility is my personal objective function. So till the end I should on one side be absorbing more and more knowledge, skills, upgrading myself, and as well as sharing, being useful to others. In family aspects also, I like to add this: it cannot be, if you're useful to someone, it cannot be that you are achieving your goals through them. My ask, or my gift to my wife or my family is, if I want to be useful, I want to be useful to you, help you achieve your goals, not my goals. How can I be useful in you achieving your goals? So this is how I see myself at the end of my life journey. That
Excellent, Praveen. In fact, many questions answered in this single question. He has talked about his vision. He has talked about the vision of the organization. He has also talked about the strategy on a personal level that he has for the organization. So, if a strategy, when we talk about strategy, one is the strategy for the organization. The second is a strategy that I believe in for my life. So, his strategy, his philosophy also to a large extent, which contributes to your personal strategy, is to empower people so that they are able to function themselves properly, rather than keep guiding them all the time for every single thing. And that, in corporate terms, we call it micromanagement. Right? And he doesn't believe in micromanagement, but he believes in giving freedom to people, empowering them, so that on a macro level, automatically on an organic basis, the organization goes as such. The word organization, as it mentions, comes from the word organ, and organic. And definitely, in an organic manner, in an organization, when something functions, if the system is in place, people start functioning based on their capabilities, based on their own learning, their own intelligence, and therefore the organization grows on its own. Praveen, one more thing which I would like to ask you, and even the viewers would be interested in understanding and learning from you, is what exactly is the product that you're focusing on today? I've heard about Tufwud Rose. Honestly speaking, Tufwud is a brand which people know about today in at least the relevant industry. So, what exactly is the product that you would like to talk about today on behalf of Tufwud Rose, and what is your vision for that particular product?
Even I'll get into this. Thank you for asking me this. I'll tell you what Tufwud does. But I'd like to, your previous comment, I'd like to add a little bit on that. कि बिजनेस जो आपने सर कहा कि ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, तो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हैज टू बी प्रोसेस ड्रिवन and team driven. And what does team mean? Together each achieves more. Team is together each achieves more. Now, how, if people are, I believe, sir, that the owner is the biggest bottleneck in the organizational growth. अगर आपको किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को ग्रो कराना है, तो करने से ज्यादा कराने पर फोकस करना है, और कराना ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट है, क्योंकि राइट नाउ, फॉर एग्जाम्पल, यू माइट बी एबल टू डू समथिंग बेटर देन योर जूनियर और मिडिल मैनेजर, बट इफ यू कीप डूइंग इट, then you will always have to keep doing it. At some point of time, you train the person is equal to you, and then suddenly he is better than you are, and you are free. So इसलिए the focus of top management has to be on clarity, on capability enhancement and courage, because आपके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में ये सबसे बड़ा मिडिल, जो स्मॉल एंड मीडियम स्केल इंडस्ट्रीज हैं, उनको सबसे बड़ा दुर्भाग्य बोल लीजिए या दुखदाई जो बात है, वो ये है कि आपके आसपास आपके विजन को समझने वाले या आपके विजन का इमेजिनेशन हो पाना या एक्सपोजर हो पाना आपके आसपास के लोगों के संभव नहीं होता है. तो आप अपने क्लास में अकेले ही हैं, और कुछ लोग आपकी कैपेबिलिटी में आप में ट्रस्ट करती है आपकी टीम, वही बहुत है आपके लिए. टू बी this is a big bottleneck in small and medium scale enterprises, especially family owned, that if you are first in your class, you are in the wrong class. ठीक है, इसका सोल्यूशन है टू टेक पीयर रिव्यू, दूसरे लाइक माइंडेड एंटरप्रेन्योर से मिलिए, उनसे सीखिए, उनसे फीडबैक लीजिए, या कोचिंग ज्वाइन करें. नाउ कमिंग बैक टू योर क्वेश्चन अबाउट व्हाट टफवुड डज. टफवुड इज सर क्रिएटिंग, and thank you for acknowledging that we are being acknowledged. Yes, we are being acknowledged. We are in a niche oligopolistic market in passive safety. So we do acoustics, and we do acoustics for tier 1 organizations like PVR, Inox, Radio Mirchi, or Ibis Hotels, and we do passive fire safety. We do fire doors, something many a government organization like PWD Bengal, Maharashtra, SIDCO, they take guidance and they take inspiration from our technical details, from our sincere product specifications, and being implemented in many a government charter and government tender. Why have we been able to do this? Because we are doing our job very sincerely. We are in a low tech to mid tech industry. We are not doing high tech, we are not making computer chips, but we are doing tech sincerely. Sincerity is the key word. We are trying to build a Dhamma organization. So the products, the future, every 6 months we try to add a new product within the same domain of passive fire safety, passive radiation safety, and passive sound safety. We are into safety products. And to create a brand, whereas as we told, knowledge and brand are our two assets. So to create a brand, it takes a lot of effort, but more than effort, I think it takes sincerity. Sincerity towards your product delivery, sincerity towards your quality, and sincerity towards your customer.
Excellent. So what he is talking about is that the focus is to create products in a manner in which each and every product is actually serving multiple purposes. And this product, as you mentioned, passive safety, right? So the idea is that the product might be a door, but that product also contributes to a number of other functions as well. And definitely, as a result, what happens is that this product becomes something which is absolutely unique itself. Taking a cue from that further, I would like to ask again, Praveen, is जब हम यूनिकनेस की बात करते हैं किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में, जब हम आज भी जब मैं सेशंस लेता हूँ और wherever I visit as a faculty and entrepreneur से हम मिलते हैं जो सालों से इस बिजनेस में हैं, वो अभी भी चाहते हैं कि कुछ यूनिक हमारे बिजनेस पे वो नया लाए. तो पहला क्वेश्चन, is uniqueness a commodity which is fixed, or uniqueness something which you keep building every time? That is one. And secondly, what is the uniqueness that you have created for your own product?
Okay, great. मैं इसको थोड़ा सा डाइग्रेस करके आंसर करूंगा, पर 1 मिनट पे इस पे आता हूं. बचपन में शिव खेरा को सुनते थे, वो मेरे दिमाग में एक उनकी बात बैठी हुई है कि winners don't do different things, they do things differently. The entire thing that we are trying to develop is a unique business model. It's a business model that will generate functional products automatically. A business model where departments function seamlessly with integrated with each other, where marketing gives feedback to R&D and products are developed which are being launched at scale by sales, where finance is able to finance this kind of growth, this kind of R&D in product development as well as brand development, where operations is able to deliver quality consistently, timely.
So you're saying a system is in place.
It's where people, so this itself is unique. Unique products will come out automatically of a unique system, of a implement it. And what we are doing differently is working in details and execution in details. So that itself is unique.
Yes.
Every detailed execution of an SOP, process driven organization, makes the organization scalable, makes the business model scalable, implementable, and that is unique. Sincerity itself is unique.
That's too good. Excellent. Yes. So, do you have, what exactly is the turnover today of the organization that you have? And what is it that you aim to do over the next couple of years? It's not necessary that everybody or every organization aims to double the turnover, but maybe some organization would like to focus on creating new products, more on research. Some organization would like to do more work on backward integration or forward integration. So what is the vision of your organization in terms of, number one, what is your turnover today, and number two, what do you want to do with your organization over the next couple of years?
Great. So बिजनेस में हम लोग जो KPIs का बात करते हैं, हम लोग एक टर्नओवर, सम पीपल वांट प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी, प्रोडक्ट लॉन्चेस, जो आपने अभी सब मेंशन किए, मैं इसके संग में ऐड करना चाहता हूं कि आपको जितनी दूर जाना है, तीर को जितना दूर फेंकना है, उतना तीर को पीछे खींचना पड़ता है. ठीक है. सो व्हेन यू आर क्रिएटिंग अ बिजनेस, during the time of creation of business, you know exactly where you'll reach, and sometimes the growth and the scale is even beyond your imagination. You just have to be there sincerely, and सारा laziness, आलस्य का त्याग करके आपको सिर्फ जो प्रकृति की जो चेतना है, इनिशिएटिव, इंट्यूशन जिसको कहते हैं अंदर से, उसको you have to be aware, you have to be flexible. The goal is identified, you are aware and you are flexible, listening. So the scale, and it's magical, it's sometimes beyond surprise. When I started, the business was small. We grew up to 20 CR already in 18-19. Then Corona hit us, we had some business, and we re-evaluated our business model. We re-evaluated our product portfolio. We re-evaluated our customer portfolio. We re-evaluated our financing, how we finance our sources of funds and how we use our business uses of fund. Towards, हमने अपना ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को एग्रीकल्चर से हॉर्टिकल्चर पर चेंज किया. इसको आप एब्जॉर्ब करें व्यूअर्स. व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन एग्रीकल्चर एंड हॉर्टिकल्चर? एग्रीकल्चर इज सेल्स, उगाया, इस साल हार्वेस्ट किया, खा गए. हॉर्टिकल्चर इज आप बीज लगाते हो और उसको नर्चर करते हो, गाय भैंस उसको खा नहीं जाए, उससे बाड़ लगा के प्रोटेक्ट करते हो, फिर 5-6 साल 7 साल जब वेट करते हो, मे बी आपके जनरेशन के बाद, फिर वो एक टाइम पर पौधा बन के पेड़ बनता है और आपको फल देता है, और फिर छाया भी देता है और बार बार देता है. ये ज्योमेट्रिक प्रोग्रेशन होता है. सो दिस इज व्हाट वी डिड 18-19. सो विथ योर ब्लेसिंग्स, विथ द हार्ड वर्क ऑफ द टीम, एंड with the trust, I think the biggest asset of a top manager or a business leader is trust of his people in him, in his capability, in his vision. क्योंकि वो लोग सब उतना विजुअलाइज नहीं कर पाएंगे, पर वो आपकी कैपेबिलिटी को आप में अपना ट्रस्ट लगाते हैं. क्योंकि अच्छी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस कैन नॉट बी बिल्ट बाय योर टाइम. हर एम्प्लॉय को अपना प्राण लगाना पड़ता है, तब एक अच्छी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन तैयार होती है. और उसको निपिंग स्टेज पे, बडिंग स्टेज पे गाय भैंस आएगी, उसको चरने की चेष्टा करेगी, टीम को डिमोटिवेट करने की कोशिश करेगी, आपकी कैपेबिलिटीज को एक दूसरे के अंदर डिस्ट्रस्ट. उस समय यू हैव टू प्रोटेक्ट योर पीपल, यू हैव टू प्रोटेक्ट योर टीम, कि कोई भी डिसअलाइन नहीं कर दे. अलाइनमेंट इज की, एग्जीक्यूशन इज की, नॉलेज इज की. सो वी आर ग्रोइंग फास्ट. This year we are doing around 40 CR. By 27 we have a clear cut order pipeline. मुझे लग रहा है कि मिनिमम इतना हो जाएगा, इससे ज्यादा ही होने की संभावना है. We'll cross 100 CR, and in the next 8 to 10, given some, because we are in a regulatory compliance driven thing, तो कुछ ईश्वर की बहुत कृपा हुई है. अभी मैं नंबर्स नहीं देना चाहता हूं, but I think 1000 CR is something which is minimum we are looking at by 32-33.